Time for the business news, and Fernand Van Tetz is here in the studio with me. Hi, Fernand.
Hi, Belle.
Now, of course, the story that's been dominating the business news, this Yahoo hacking scandal. Tell us about that.
Yes, it's just continuing to get worse. It could turn out to be the most costly data breach in history. Yahoo's stock plummeted yesterday, and markets are now factoring in a drop of about $1 billion in value. That's especially bad news, considering Verizon was considering a takeover for $4.8 billion. Also, the FBI and Congress are now looking into the breach, with reports surfacing that the data of the 1 billion customers hacked is being sold on the dark web. That's especially worrying, considering we know now that about 150,000 US government personnel also saw their accounts hacked as part of that 2013 breach. Onka Ula has more on what is at stake for Yahoo.
More than 1 billion compromised accounts. Yahoo's latest data breach has opened the door to criticism and launched the internet giant on an uncertain and potentially fatal path. Most crucial is the fate of its takeover deal from Verizon. In July, the communications company offered to buy Yahoo's core assets for $4.8 billion, a saving grace for the flailing company that had been bleeding money and forced to lay off 40% of its workforce. But after Yahoo admitted to a first data hack in September, which affected 500 million accounts, Verizon said it would review the deal. Now, with a breach twice that size, experts say Verizon will have to tread lightly.
Verizon's going to have to really think about this deal in the context of this hack. So you have to ask the question, how does this breach impact the value of the assets that Verizon is buying, and what additional risk does it create for Verizon as the acquirer?
The impact on user confidence could add to Yahoo's problems. Security experts around the world have criticized Yahoo's failure to adopt modern encryption techniques, and many have advised consumers to switch to safer alternatives.
Well, sometimes things happen that make it very difficult to repair the damage. And, over the years, Yahoo has been losing its luster. There were many people who said that they felt the security efforts at Yahoo came second to elevating share price and coming up with new bells and whistles. So it's a problem.
The FBI and Congress are investigating the two breaches and Yahoo's involvement in preventing and dealing with the fallout of the hack.
That report from Onka Ula. And how are the markets doing this morning, Fernand?
Well, trading in Asia mixed this morning. Markets still reacting and adjusting to that idea of higher US interest rates raised by the Fed earlier this week. Shanghai closed up but saw its biggest losses over the week since April. Japan's Nikkei also rising as the weakening yen, it hit about a 10-year low against the dollar, helped shares of the country's exporters. Now, the reason for that is the growing strength of the dollar. It hit a 14-year high against the euro yesterday, and that's boosted by the Fed's forecast of a strong US economy and 3 more rate hikes next year. The euro recovered about 0.1% in trading today, trading just under $1 down.
Now, the Greek Parliament has approved a controversial one-time payout for pensioners. Tell us more about that.
Yes, so it's become known colloquially as the Christmas bonus, and EU creditors are not happy. It was not part of the Athens-approved budget, and it's prompted the European Stability Mechanism, the EU's bailout mechanism, to suspend its recent agreement to lighten Greece's debt load. EU creditors want the Greek government to cut costs and only agreed to debt relief measures earlier this month. Now, the issue is sure to be on the agenda as Prime Minister Alexis Tsipras heads to Berlin for talks with German Chancellor Angela Merkel today. Let's take a listen at what she expects to happen.
As
far as the Greek decisions are concerned, there is a critical discussion. The European Stability Mechanism made this clear. I'm sure I will speak with the Greek Prime Minister about this on Friday, although I don't intend to get involved in the negotiations on the Greek package. That is a negotiation that takes place with the institutions and the ministers of finance. It is not going to be the most important issue in our discussion.
German Chancellor Angela Merkel. And finally, Fernand, from you, Nintendo has given a slightly different twist to one of its classic video games.
Yes, fans of Super Mario can be very happy today. 31 years after releasing the original Mario Brothers, Nintendo has unveiled the popular characters in a mobile app. Now, it's the first time Mario and Luigi will appear in a smartphone format. The mobile game has been released for iPhones and iPads. The full game costs $10 to download, but you can try it out for free. Traders in Tokyo, however, appear to take their coins and run this morning. Nintendo shares closed down just over 4% there.
Will it feel like the old Mario, though? Part of the Mario joy was playing on the old Nintendos, and it's not going to be the same
I
anymore.
know. I don't know if it will live up to it. I'll have to give it a try later today.
Absolutely. Well, we'll see. Fernand Van Tetz with all the latest on the business. Thank you there.